Have you ever thought tutorials could turn you into a building pro in Minecraft? Well, in today's video I will make the experiment to test this out. I will watch every Grians Building School video, at least those about exterior because I don't need interior, and see if that will make me a better builder. To get a good comparison, I will start off by building a house right now without having watched any of Grians tutorials to show off my current building skills. After that, I will watch his building school videos all in one go. I should probably make some notes, and then I will build a new house to see if I'm now a professional builder in Minecraft. So let's start this experiment and build our first building. I think the best way to start this is to tell you guys about my way to design a build. I would describe myself not as a pro builder in Minecraft, but I definitely learned some tricks over the time. My way of starting a build is always to lay down a rectangle on the ground, like you can see in the footage. This is just to get a feel for the overall scale of the building later on. So when you are finished with the rectangle, I like to add some random shapes to the straight walls of the rectangle, just to break up the layout and give it some randomness. You see, when you just have a rectangle to work with, you can make great builds in Minecraft too, especially like factory builds and so on. But when you aren't a professional builder, it's really hard to make a rectangular shape look good in the end. So by adding in the random shapes around the rectangle, you make it easier for yourself to create something interesting for the eyes. In my building, I added a tower on the side, like you can see in the footage, just to break up the building and give the eye another point of interest. And because I like towers, to be honest with you. I kinda tried to make a good looking roof on that tower, but I'm not really sure on that one. Maybe you can give me some advice on towers in the comment section below. My next step is to just use the main block of my current color palette, in this case it's cobblestone, to fill in the blank walls. Because I like to do the texturing and the detailing in the end of my building process. By doing that, I allow myself to focus more on the shape and on the roof designs, just because I don't need to keep thinking about texturing, shapes and details in one go. I also try to use different heights throughout my building process to just not make the build itself look too boring at all. Like when everything is symmetric and perfect, it can be cool, but it also doesn't look very realistic at all. It almost looks too clean, at least for me. When I figured out the walls and the heights, I like to start with the roofs. When I'm designing the roofs, I like to get some variety in the build, so it's not looking too similar when you look from different positions at the building. I think it's always a good idea to experiment with using slabs, stairs and full blocks for the general shape of the roof. Also, it is pretty nice when you use a contrasty block as an outline for the roof and a different block for the fillings of the roof. I just think that makes a building immediately better without much effort. The tricky part, at least for me, when it comes to roofs in Minecraft, is always to connect them in a good looking way. I don't know why, but sometimes I struggle with that part the most, so I hope Grians tutorials can help me out on that part. Please, Grian, help me. When I'm done with the different roofs, I like to start with the texturing. To be honest, I'm not really good on that part too. I just place different blocks anywhere in the wall that kinda have the same color and call it a day. In this case, I use cobblestone and some mossy cobblestone, and in the corners some stone bricks to make it look more structural. I don't know if that makes any sense. That's just what I have done for this building. The next part is the general detailing of the build. That's the part where you get in the windows, some plants, support beams, arches and so on. I kinda struggle a bit with that part. I think my detailing sometimes looks a bit wrong and out of place. So I guess Grian need to improve that too. Jokes aside, I think my designs are sometimes a bit too simple and sometimes not finished, if you know what I mean. What I have done with this building is to get in a bunch of windows, a support beam, and then I got some dirt and trapdoors with a flower in front of the windows. Alright, I have now all the detail in that I think is necessary for the build. I think I'm pretty happy with it actually. Like haven't expected to like get a good building like that in like one go and freestyling it. But I think overall it's a pretty cool build, and I'm so excited to see if I can actually make a better building in the end. Oh, I actually need to get some spruce trapdoors and put them under here. But I guess that is the building that I was able to do with my current building skills. As I said, I'm really happy with it. Like I never expected it to be that good. But now it is actually time to watch some Grian building videos and see if I can do any better actually. And I think it will be pretty tough because I really love that building actually. Like it looks pretty unique. It is a cool, simple design, and I don't know, I kind of like that. But I guess now let's get into the watching mode, watch some Grian videos and see if we can get better at building. Alright, now I am at Grians Build School, and I think I will start off just watching this playlist over here, and I think that will take me a bunch of time, but as I said, I will just do the exterior ones. The interior ones aren't interesting for me, so I guess without further ado, let's hit that like button and let's watch the videos. Let's go. Alright, as you can see on the right side, I'm actually finished with basically all of the videos that I wanted to watch from Grian. Most of them had an outro, so I skipped that to save up some time. But now I think I have pretty much everything I need in terms of building tools, gradients, how to do roofs, how to do shapes, how to do everything. So I guess now it's turn to get into our creative testing world again and try to make a better building, right? So I guess without further ado, let's go. While you see me building the second build, I would like to talk about what kind of notes I made while watching Grian's tutorial videos about building in Minecraft. First, I have to say that his oldest videos are like 9 years old, so Grian, if you see that, update the build school videos, that would be pretty nice, just saying. Alright, so the first thing I noted was about roofs, and I think it was his first build school video too. Alright, so the first thing I noted was about roofs, and I think it was his first build school video too. The most important thing I learned was to really add dormers if you can, because it will make your build so much more interesting. Also do the overhangs, but I already did that, so that's just something to keep in mind. In general, it's nice to create some depth. Next off, he showed some wall designs, and what I learned from it was basically to add a frame to your wall if needed, and to add some curvatures to your wall that really can help to give it some definition. Also, it can be helpful to sometimes knock in a shape into your wall and just put a color behind that shape, so you can get some color in and a nice looking shape too. The next part was more about staircases and different ways to create them. The part was interesting, but I kinda don't use staircases very often, so it wasn't really important for me. But hey, if I now want to use staircases, it will be nice to have an idea. The same goes for bridges. I like to see them, I just don't want to build them. So nice to know, but wasn't helpful with my build, because that's more useful for like making infrastructure and terraforming. Arches, on the other hand, are really important for building in Minecraft. You can detail walls with them, for example, and make windows, designs, and much more. In general, what I learned from it was to just experiment with slabs and stairs to create some arches. Another thing I will try to improve in the future is to make some custom trees. That video was really helpful in getting an understanding of how trees in Minecraft can be created and to see different styles of trees in general, and that helped me out to get an idea for trees in general. Another important topic is to use gradients. Like in my first build, I kinda didn't use any gradient at all, just some different textures, so that's something I need to keep in mind. I would definitely recommend you to watch the video about gradients, because it is definitely a game changer to know about gradients in Minecraft. Alright, now I talked a bit of what I learned from those videos about building in Minecraft. Obviously, I can't talk about everything he mentioned in all of his videos. The thing is, have I improved my building skill just by watching the videos and writing down some notes? I think I definitely did, but not as much as I would have liked. But what are the reasons for that? First of all, his videos are more aimed at beginners, and I would say I'm not really a beginner in terms of building. Yet still he gave some advices that can really step up your building skills. Especially the roof that I made the second time is so much better than before, just because I followed his tips for roofs. Another thing that I would say has improved in my second build is the use of dormers. Like, it's so easy to do and it makes the build so much more interesting. The last thing that improved my build is the subtle gradient that I have used this time, with stone, gravel and andesite. It's pretty hard to be noticed, but it's still better than the cobble and mossy cobblestone I have used before. Also, you need to keep in mind that just watching a video won't give you the practical skills that you need to build better in Minecraft. Like, I see it more as a good starting point, but nothing will improve your builds more than just make more buildings and trying to improve with every build you create. Anyway, that is my finished build, and I think I really did a good job on that one. I like the roofs, the gradients and the different shapes that I have created in this building. It definitely is not perfect, but hey, that is okay for me. Now you can make a comment in the comment section below if you think the tutorials have helped me out and if my second build is better than my first building. So have a nice day everyone, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.